Okay, now we're going to look at some of the toy lines I have in the toy brewery that are not Joe figures. These, what I'm really going to do, I'm just going to sort of show the front of the box and then open it up in case there's something noteworthy to pick out immediately. These are Beetleborg by Bandai. These came out about the same time as the Power Rangers did, a little bit later. Some of them are some really intricate, nice toys if you like robot fantasy. These figures were put out, I think, by Tonka, and there's all sorts of, yeah, Spiral's own Tonka. There are all sorts of neat figures. They're sort of like the Super Joes of the 70s. They have, but a little bit smaller. But they came with sci-fi outfits. The gray ones here are the good guys, and these are the alien bad guys. Evil Force and what is it, Knight Rider, and just Gilligan's Island, and just all sorts of different ones. The line was too small for a whole bin. And here we have gladiators, American gladiators. And then also there's some European variations. I have the European variation gladiators as well. And here we have, well, what do we have here? This, oh, Computer Warriors. Is that what these are? Yeah, these are Computer Warriors. Oh, these are awesome. Do you remember these little guys? And this is when computers first started really being big, and they actually made a toy line based on the figures that lived in the computers. And these are Simpsons. These are the early, oh, I know, these are the Toys R Us, not Toys R Us. Which Simpsons are these? These were the first version of Simpsons before the ones you could get at comic book shops. I can't remember what brand they are though. And then these should be close to your heart. These are Fisher Price. And then I have the figures here in the Toy Brewery. And by the way, Toy Brewery, for those, in case I haven't defined it, Toy Brewery is what we call where I keep my action, where the action figures. It's like a library, but a library, you pull out a book, and you have a whole world inside that book. And for the Toy Brewery, you pull down a bin, and you have a whole three-dimensional world. And so here in the Toy Brewery, we keep just the figures, and, well, occasionally, like here, you see a few vehicles. A few small vehicles might fit in the bin, but for the large vehicles, they're upstairs in the attic storeroom. So, DC Direct. There's a whole bunch of neat figures. When these first started showing up at comic book shops, I was so happy. It was so neat to get this kind of quality. The articulation isn't very good, but as far as just the coolness effect of them, I think they're awesome. And well, for instance, and that's just really neat. Because I was used to previously the Superpowers figures. Let's go over here to Superpowers. Superpowers, I think, is up here. Here are the Superpowers from the 80s. So here you have Cyborg, and I mean these guys, of course, had the coolness. They had action, and they were articulated better than these. I don't know why these took my fancy so much, because actually in many ways I like these original ones better. But I mean, I guess you can see the difference between him and him. I mean, there's a coolness about this, but then there's a play value about this guy that's just, well, his wings even flap. And so I have all of these, and like the others, I have the accessories for the loose ones are with the bagged ones in the back. These are Super Amigos. They also made them in South America as well. Okay, then this is Indiana Jones. Of course, you can just see that. I guess I don't really need to open it. Let's just see what's inside it. Okay, yeah, this is all Indiana Jones stuff. And Beetlejuice. Okay, on this side we have Universal Monsters, And on this side we have Dragon Riders of the Styx. These are Pee-wee's Playhouse, and I got, again, the Pee-wee's Playhouse set is up, the actual house itself is upstairs. Pirates of Dark Water. Some of these figures are also pretty neat.
I haven't even heard of some of these things. Pirates of Dark Water? When did that come out?
That was also late 80s, I believe. We have gargoyles. And wow, this brings back memories. These are also toys that the kids played with an awful lot. The gargoyles are neat. These are neat figures. It's a neat cartoon. Okay, that's gargoyles. Okay, these are Crystar. Okay, so here's Crystar, and lots of neat sets. These are fun to play with. And they're the dragon. Where's the dragon? There's my dragon. I was really proud. I'm really happy I was able to get him and get him mint. With Buck Rogers and okay, here's a black hole. This one is Old Bob. And then here is I guess this is Star. These were released in Italy. This is released in the US. And then here they are. Okay, here's Inhumanoid. I don't have his cape. I wish I did. If anybody has a humanoid cape, there's Star loose. Well, that you can see the rest of his. Is that Vincent? Yeah, this is Vincent, and that's Old Bob. And then Buck Rogers, along with their spaceships. This is the Buck Rogers spaceship. This is the Black Hole spaceship. And of course, another one here, the different one. The cars and the robots and yeah. If the vehicles were small enough to fit in here comfortably, I generally put them in. But so many of the vehicles and playsets were too big to be in the toy at all. Okay, it looks like Police Academy. And sure enough, it's Police Academy. There were a lot of Police Academy figures. I didn't realize how many there were. Here. Yep, that's Jurassic Park. And Jurassic Park just kept going and going and going. I kept at it as long as I could, but since I sort of gave myself that 2000 deadline, I got some of the Jurassic Park that came out after 2000, but then I just had to stop. And then this is Hasbro's wrestling guys, WWF. And they're all there, and they're all complete, and they're all mint. They've actually never been played with. Actually, some of my family thought I was nuts for collecting them, but I was really loyal to Kenner and Hasbro, so if they put them out, anything Kenner or Hasbro put out, I bought. These are the Simpsons. These are the more recent Simpsons, along with their play sets and everything else. Again, if one of the kids wanted to play, they'd come up here to the Toyberry, and then they would dump this out, and they'd have the whole world to put together, build dioramas, play with their friends. And the neat thing about it, they also learn how to put everything back into the bin. So they learned a lot about strategizing. Okay, these are the older Ghostbusters. And I've got all of these too. I'm just going to show you the front. There, looks like aliens. Yeah, these are it. These are definitely aliens. And this looks like just one of those independent ones. It's the Alfred E. Newman Mad Magazine, Spy vs. Spy, Sandman, DC Direct. So yes, Spy vs. Spy and I guess Sandman figures. Interesting. What a strange combination. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Robin Hood, I think, is a really sadly undervalued set of figures. These were awesome. They did just an unbelievably good job with these figures for the period that they were made. Good outfits, good likenesses of the characters. Oh, I also have some, looks like old Lord of the Ring figures in here. Oh, I guess the kids play with Lord of the Rings. Here's Gollum and the old Knickerbocker ones with Robin Hood. And some of the play sets with Robin Hood were really awesome too. These are more Jurassic Park. This is Jurassic Park Chaos Effect. So this is, yeah, where what some nuclear thing went off or whatever and sort of made them brightly colored. Brightly colored dinosaurs. What every kid needs. Okay, this is an assortment of different ones. Everything from Stingray and Terrahawk. Some of these are from, these Terrahawks are from UK. And also have some, see the space, what is it? Space 1999 or 2009. I can't remember the name of it now. Space 1999. It's from that set there, which is actually that set, that Space 1999, that marks my debut on eBay. That's the first thing I ever bought on eBay was that set. And I almost regret that I ever discovered eBay, although part of me loves the fact that I did. And so here's, let's see, Tonka's Metal Men. Here's more Space 1999 figures, and this goes with Metal Man. There's some cool robots. There's just an assortment of different figures from the, I guess, late 70s and 80s. Here's some of the metal figures. A-Team and Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. Oh, it looks like we also have animals. What are the animals from? I know we have all the A-Team figures. So there's, and then, oh, this is what Steve Irwin is that? No, Steve. What's the guy's name? See, crikey, the Crocodile Hunter. Steve Irwin, that is his name. This was Steve Irwin's series. That's what all these animals are from. Okay, and then there was the Rocky series and the guys that he fought. And then this was from another Sylvester Stallone movie. I like Sylvester Stallone a lot. He's one of my heroes. Okay, up here on this bookcase we have mostly Batman figures. So here it's the Kenner Batman. So here we got these all Batman, and of course the various incarnations of Batman as well. Here we have Air Raiders. Of course the Air Raider vehicles are upstairs, but here are the figures. And then this looks like, oh, what's that movie? Wild Wild West. These are mask figures. This line right here was also an independent line done by Drastic Plastic. Just really, really awesome aliens. Again, this was an independent company making toys early on. Actually, I think these was actually even before McFarlane was making them. And here you have, okay, these are, okay, here's Visionaries. Wow, why are Visionaries over here? I need to make them in a better place. And we have all the Visionary vehicles upstairs. In fact, we actually have Visionaries on the wall too, still carded. The early Toy Biz Superman and Batman DC figures. Then most of these are Marvel. This is DC. What are these? Yeah, more Marvel. These are all Toy Biz Marvel for the most part. They're Toy Biz put out so many figures. And lots of, some of them are just awesome. But there's so many of them, they're hard to keep track of. And again, here's more Toy Biz Marvel.